There is a profound, almost terrifying paradox built into the fabric of human psychology. The more desperately you chase something, the further it flees from you. When you obsess over a specific outcome, when you tie your breath, your late nights, and your self-worth to a person, a sum of money, or a public title, you inadvertently broadcast a signal of extreme scarcity to the universe. You are telling your own mind and the world around you that you are incomplete without this external prize. And in doing so, you become a slave to what you desire. The ancient Stoics recognized this psychological trap over 2,000 years ago. They observed that the individuals who were the most anxious, the most easily angered, and the most miserable were always those who were deeply attached to things outside their direct control. They realized that true power does not belong to the person who conquers empires, but to the person who conquers their own attachments. This is the art of Stoic detachment. Detachment does not mean becoming a cold, unfeeling robot who lives in a cave and cares about nothing. It does not mean giving up your ambitions, your business goals, or your relationships. True Stoic detachment is the radical practice of caring deeply about your actions while remaining completely indifferent to the results. It means doing your absolute best to build your digital assets, your character, and your life, but keeping your inner happiness completely independent of whether the world rewards you, ignores you, or betrays you. And here is the beautiful secret that the masses will never understand. The moment you master this level of detachment, everything you once chased suddenly begins to move toward you. When you stop begging for validation, people respect you. When you stop fearing financial ruin, you make calmer, wiser, and more profitable strategic decisions. When you no longer need the world to applaud you, you become unshakable. In this deep philosophical guide, we are going to explore how to master this art of detachment across the major areas of your life, using the brilliant wisdom of Marcus Aurelius Seneca and Epictetus. If you are ready to stop chasing and start attracting, write in the comments right now, "I master detachment." Let us begin the journey toward true, unshakable freedom. The laws of internal control. To master detachment, you must first master what Epictetus called the dichotomy of control. This is the sharp, logical division of the universe into two distinct columns: things that are entirely up to you and things that are completely outside your power. In the first column, the things that belong to you, rest your thoughts, your intentions, your daily discipline, and your immediate actions. In the second column, the things that belong to the world, rest the market conditions, the opinions of other people, unexpected sickness, and the final outcome of all your hard work. The Stoics argued that 100% of all human anxiety is born from a simple cognitive error. We spend our precious mental energy trying to control the second column while neglecting the first. Think about the modern content creator or digital marketer. They spend hours staring at the analytics, obsessing over the algorithm, and crying over why their numbers aren't exploding. They're trying to force the second column to obey them. The detached master looks at this scenario differently. They realize they do not control the algorithm, but they have absolute control over the depth, research, and production quality of their next video. They focus entirely on their output and let go of the metric. And ironically, because their focus is entirely clean and unburdened by desperation, the quality of their work rises so high that the audience cannot look away. By letting go of the need for views, they attract the views. Stop seeking validation. One of the heaviest attachments we carry as human beings is our deep, biological hunger for the approval of others. We want our families to praise us, our peers to envy us, and our audience to like us. But Marcus Aurelius delivered a profound reality check in his personal journals. Asterisk, I have often wondered how it is that every man loves himself more than all the rest of men, but yet sets less value on his own opinion of himself than on the opinion of others. Asterisk, when your confidence depends on someone else's compliment, you have handed them the keys to your psychological fortress. If they smile at you, you have a good day. If they ignore your email or leave a critical comment, your entire week is ruined. You have transformed yourself into a leaf blown about by the chaotic winds of public opinion. Detachment means building an inner court of judgment where your own self-respect is the only sentence that matters. Did you show up today? Did you speak the truth? Did you do the work with integrity? If the answer is yes, then the applause of 1,000 strangers adds nothing to your value, and their criticism subtracts nothing from your worth. When you stop performing for the gallery, your voice changes. It becomes grounded, authentic, and naturally powerful. People are instinctively drawn to individuals who do not need them to agree. The illusion of financial desperation. Let us address the attachment to money and financial success. Ambition is a beautiful thing, and the Stoics did not preach poverty. Seneca was one of the wealthiest men in the Roman Empire. However, Seneca practiced a highly specific exercise to maintain his detachment. He would regularly spend a few days eating the cheapest food, wearing rough clothes, and asking himself, is this the condition that I feared? When you operate in business or marketing out of a state of acute financial panic, your clients can smell your desperation from a mile away. You make bad deals, you accept toxic partnerships, and you undersell your services because you are terrified of losing an opportunity. Desperation makes you weak. Mastering detachment in your financial life means realizing that wealth is a preferred indifferent. It is nice to have, it makes life comfortable, but it does not define your human core. When you detach your identity from your bank account, a strange confidence floods into your professional negotiations. You are no longer afraid to say no to a bad client. You are no longer terrified of a failed product launch. And because you are operating from a clean state of strategic clarity rather than raw panic, you naturally build systems that scale, attracting the very abundance you stopped obsessing over. Detaching from the comfort zone. We also carry a profound attachment to our own comfort, to our warm beds, our screens, our predictable routines, and the safety of the known. We delay the launch of our USA channel or our new business because we are attached to the feeling of being ready and comfortable. But Marcus Aurelius reminded himself every morning when he struggled to get out of bed, I am rising to do the work of a human being. Why then am I dissatisfied if I am going to do the things for which I was made? Growth and absolute comfort cannot coexist in the same space. To master detachment means to actively detach from your immediate emotional states. It means acknowledging that you feel tired, anxious, or uninspired, but realizing that those feelings are just temporary weather patterns passing through your mind. You are the sky, not the weather. When you detach your daily execution from your emotional comfort, you become a machine of pure consistency. You show up because it is your duty, not because you feel like it. The invisible harvest of patience. When you practice detachment, you learn the art of amorphic time. You understand that the universe does not operate on your specific schedule. You cannot plant a seed in the ground on Monday morning and demand to harvest a massive oak tree by Friday afternoon. Yet, this is exactly what modern society does. We try a business strategy for 3 weeks, and if we aren't rich, we abandon it and call it failure. We are attached to immediate gratification. The Stoics looked at life through the lens of deep time. They understood that character, wealth, and mastery require silent, unseen periods of deep rooting. When you detach from the timeline, you remove the emotional anxiety of the waiting period. You enter what can be called the infinite game. You do the work today because the work itself is a reward. You write the script because refining your language makes you smarter. You edit the video because mastering the technical tool increases your human capability. When the process itself becomes your highest joy, the timeline ceases to matter. And before you know it, the compounding results catch up to you, bringing a massive harvest that seems sudden to the outside world, but was actually built in the silence of your detached patience. The unreal power of inner sovereignty. Ultimately, mastering detachment leads to the highest human state, ataraxia, or unshakable inner tranquility. Imagine an individual whom nothing can bribe, nothing can terrify, and nothing can distract. If the stock market crashes, they remain calm because they know their character is intact. If people praise them, they say thank you, but do not let it inflate their ego. If a venture fails, they look at the rubble, extract the data, and begin rebuilding the next morning without a single tear of self-pity. This is not a myth. This is the practical reality of a human being who has decided that no external event will ever hold power over their internal kingdom. When you achieve this state of inner sovereignty, the world treats you differently. You become a gravitational force. Opportunities, resources, and high-value connections are naturally drawn to stable, unshakable individuals. By refusing to chase the shadows of the world, you force the world to follow you. The command to execute. As we conclude this 31-minute exploration of Stoic detachment, remember that philosophy is not an intellectual hobby meant for your spare time. It is a battle plan for your daily survival. The next time you feel a surge of anger, a wave of digital anxiety, or the suffocating grip of creative desperation, stop. Take a deep breath, look at the situation, and ask yourself, am I attached to something I cannot control? Identify the attachment, cut the cord, and return all your magnificent focus back to your immediate action. If this deep guide has brought clarity to your journey today, hit the like button, share this video with someone who needs to hear these words, and subscribe to this channel for more raw, uncompromised ancient wisdom. Thank you for your precious time. Stay detached, stay unshakable, and go dominate your process today.